All right, I think I got cut off again. So verify here. Negative 28 times 4/7 is negative 16. All right, question 18. We've got 9 minus 1/2 x, so we need to get rid of this 9 by subtracting it from each side. So now we've got 15 minus 9, which is 6. Bring everything else down. Don't forget this negative sign, negative 1/2 x. I'm going to multiply by its reciprocal. Negative 2 over 1 is the same as negative 2. Do that to each side. Negative 2 times 6 is 12. And that's our solution. Ooh, almost forgot that negative sign. Okay, watch out. These are some more advanced ones, but if you break it down into steps, you can do it. Number 19. So I'm going to cover this up because it's going to get in my way in a second. Okay. So for number 19, we're still cutting it in half. I need to break up this fraction. And the way I do that is it says x plus 11 divided by 8. I'm going to do the opposite and multiply each side by 8 first. That's going to get rid of this denominator. So now I bring this down to x plus 11. Negative 3 times 8 is negative 24. Let me fix this. That looks like a 4. Make sure we can read my writing. Plus 11. Okay, so now I can get my x alone by subtracting the 11 from each side. And I've got x equals, see, it looks like a 4, doesn't it? Minus 11, negative 35. Number 20, same process. I need to break up this fraction by multiplying by its denominator. Instead of dividing by negative 2, I'm going to multiply each side by negative 2. That'll get rid of this denominator. Bring this down. I've got n minus 5 equals negative 7 times negative 2 is positive 14. To get rid of this minus 5, I do the opposite and I add it to each side. I've got n equals 19. Don't forget, go back in and substitute. So for example, if I get n equals 19, and I want to make sure because I'm unsure about my steps, you just put this in for n. So what I would do is I would put 19 minus 5 divided by negative 2, and you can do that in the calculator. 19 minus 5 divided by negative 2, and if I did it right, I get negative 7. Well, that's what I got. So don't be afraid to go back and check, because when there's multi-steps like this, it's easy to make a small error like leaving out a negative sign, and that'll mess everything up. All right, our last two examples. Number 21. I need to get rid of this fraction by multiplying by its denominator, negative 6, so that gets rid of that. We'll multiply this side by negative 6. 1 times negative 6 is negative 6. I bring all this down, a minus 13. Now I'm going to do the opposite and add the 13 to each side. I like to draw the lines just to break it up so I can keep track of each step. So I've got a equals negative 6 plus 13 is 7. And number 22, same process, multiply each side by 9. That cancels that out. I've got 9 times 4 is 36. And I have w plus 8. To get rid of this, I'm going to inverse operation. The plus 8, the opposite is minus 8 from each side. So I've got w equals 36 minus 8 is 28. So now if you go back to your checklist, your agenda, you've done the notes for this. On activity 3, you can choose one of these 2 items. And if you're stuck, need some more help, ask your teacher.